Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for practicing with me. Today's routine is going to be a gentle yoga routine that does not involve getting on all fours. It's a request from my friend Madeline. Hi Madeline. And the reason we're doing this is because she cannot get into tabletop, and there's probably others that have trouble with that also. So where there's one person that can't do that, there's usually others. So we're going to keep the focus on the legs and a little extra focus on the shoulders and the neck. So let's begin. Find mountain pose. Feet can be hip distance apart, especially if you're not comfortable with your big toe mounds together. I like hip distance myself. Ground firmly into the feet. So really notice your feet, maybe even lift the toes if you can. Bring the shoulders back and down. Lift up through the kneecaps a little bit so that you're engaging your quad muscles. Standing strong like a mountain, really long through the back of the neck. And just take a couple of breaths here. Let the heart lift a little bit. Good time to set an intention for today's practice. Close your eyes, notice the difference in your equilibrium. Nice. Then on an inhale, bring the shoulders up, bring them forward and down. So a few forward shoulder rolls here. Up, forward, down. One more. And then reverse them. Bring them up, way back, and then down. Up, back, and down. One more here. Nice. Settle in. Take an inhale right here. And on the exhale, just look over your left shoulder. On the inhale, bring the chin all the way around to the right shoulder, looking over the right shoulder. Exhale, bring it all the way around, look. Inhale, try to keep the chin level with the earth. So each time you go to each shoulder, you might be able to look a little further. Just getting a little neck stretch in here. Here's the last one. Bring it back to center. On an inhale, lift the nose up to the sky. Be aware of what's going on in the back of your neck. So if there's any strong pinching or pain, as with any of the poses, just come out of it. Cervical neck is very often sensitive, so next exhale, bring the nose down, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, bring it to neutral. On an inhale, reach out. Turn the palms up and fingertips to the shoulders. So begin to make circles with your elbows. This is hummingbird pose, and I chose this because I'm expecting those little flying jewels any day now. And so I've been thinking about them. This is also a really nice massage on your upper shoulders and back. Make them bigger and bigger. And then reverse. Start small. Get bigger and bigger. Oh, yeah. Bring it to neutral. And come forward with the elbows and then back with the elbows. Forward. Now you can do these quick or slow, whatever feels good for you. Try to touch the elbows and then squeeze the shoulder blades. Touch the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. One more time, touch and squeeze. And then one more movement. We're going to drop the elbows low. Notice the stretch in the muscle that connects your neck to your shoulder, your trapezius. And then lift the elbows. And then drop the elbows and lift. Keep your head erect. But maybe you get to the point where you can touch the hands behind your head, but only do that if you don't need to drop your chin. So keep a nice long neck here, up and down, a couple more times. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and then bring it to neutral. Extend the arms out and release. Might need a couple little shoulder rolls after that. And then from here, we're going to separate a little bit further with the feet, but keep your feet parallel, so don't turn the toes out. Keep everything in line. And a couple of standing cat-cows. So picture yourself hugging this huge beach ball. Draw the navel in, tuck the chin, lift the pubic bone a little bit. Feel that stretch in your low back? And then on the inhale, open the arms, lift the heart, lift the gaze, push the hips forward a little bit. And then exhale and round everything up again. Tuck the chin deep, pelvic tilt. Inhale, open, squeeze the shoulder blades, gaze up. Exhale, round everything in. Inhale, open everything up. One more time, exhale, rounding it in. Inhale, opening it up. Straightening and just releasing the arms to the side. Nice. Step back in, feet hip distance apart. And on an inhale, mini sun salutation. We're going to reach way out, way up, gaze up. Exhale, soften the knees here as you dive forward. Swan dive. On the inhale, let yourself come halfway up. And so this, whatever this is for you, stay here for a few breaths. So maybe you've got your fingertips on the floor, maybe on your shins, maybe on your thighs. Shoulders are back and down, really long through the back. Flat back here. One more breath. Exhale, release back down to the forward fold. On the inhale, soften the knees, reach way out, way up. Press the palms, and exhale to bring it back to your heart. So a few more of those. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, bring those fingertips up your legs, find a flat back. Exhale to release back to a forward fold. Inhale, rise up strong. And then bring it back to your heart. Down to come up. Inhale, reach out, reach up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, refold. Soften the knees to come all the way up. And this time, just a little side bend. Drop the left arm, reach up and along with the right arm and take a side bend. Let the inhale bring you back to center, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, refold. Inhale, rise up really strong. Reach out, reach up. Back to a side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, refold. Last time here, inhale, reach out, reach up. Back to a side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. On this exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees. Let the hands rise up as far as they'll go. Another little shoulder stretch here. Let your head and neck be heavy. Let your shoulders heavy. Lift the hands a little higher if you can. Really stretch those shoulders. And then simply release the hands to the earth. The knees are bent pretty significantly here. As if you're laying your chest right on your thighs. On the next inhale, lift the tail a little bit. And then drop your heart a little lower. Inhale, lift the tail, feel the hamstrings kicking in. Nod yes to calm. Nod no to any stress that you may be feeling. Picture just washing off your back onto your mat. Let it all go. Deep, long breaths here. One more, lift the tail, drop the heart. And then very slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Once you're standing, bring your shoulders back and down. And then lastly, allow the head to rise up. Hopefully you're not dizzy at all. Back to mountain pose. And take a couple breaths. Nice. From here, we're going to go into something called Krishna's Crescent. We're going to take our left leg and cross it over the right. So not at the ankles, not at the knees. Try and cross the legs up high on your thighs, creating as much space as you can between the feet. Bend the front knee a little bit and let the back leg straighten. You can even roll onto the pinky toe side of that right foot. And then from here, we're just going to take a little side bend to the left, trying to stretch this right hip out, getting into the IT band and the muscle in this right hip. If you're feeling okay with this, try reaching up and over, but be really aware of what's going on in your low back, because now you're in a little twist and a side bend. So if you're feeling any sharp pain, just bring the arm down. It's a little easier. And then come back to center, uncross, and we'll go to the other side. So right thigh over left. Bend the right knee. Straighten the back leg. You can even roll onto the pinky toe side of that left foot. And then we're just going to side bend over to the right a little bit. Reach up if you can. Be aware of your low back. Krishna's Crescent. Take one more breath. And then release. Uncross the legs and come on back to center. Nice. Forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but I hope that you all have a block handy. And we're going to take the block and center it between our feet. We're going to widen the feet up. So you're in a wide-legged stance. Toes are not pointed out. Pull the toes in, almost a little pigeon-toed, but make sure that your heels are in line. So go as wide as you can, and then be aware of how your knees feel. If there's any pain or pinching in your knees, simply shorten your stance. Otherwise, try to get nice and strong in the legs, shoulders back and down. Block is centered between your feet, and I have it on the highest level. So reach out, 5-pointed star, and then fold and reach for that block. Stay here for a minute. Notice what's going on with the legs. And then left hand to the block and let your right arm reach up into a twist. So your left hip is going to kind of want to come with you. Pull it back and then let the arm come back down. Stay right here. Reach back up again. Try to keep those hips square to the front. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up again. Stay there this time and take a couple breaths if you can. So if it's too much, you can always just come back down. Try to look up at that hand if you can. Try to stack the shoulders. And then release back down. Going to the other side. Right hand to the block. On an inhale, twist the left arm up. And then bring it back down. Twist. Remember that right hip's going to want to come with you, so try to keep it squared up to the front. Hips are not involved in this. It's all about the mid-back and then back down. This time come on up and then stay for a couple breaths. Look up at your hand if that's okay for your neck. And then release it back down, back to center. Nice, lift your block up, bring it with you, and then just step yourself back to center. Place the block between your thighs, lengthwise. Bring your feet toward each other, and then simply squeeze that block. So working those inner thighs a little bit. It's also a muscle that's attached to the knee, the inside of the knee. From here, bring your hands to your heart. Keep squeezing that block and just bend the knees a little bit. Tuck the tail. Want to protect your lower back here, so tuck your tail a little bit. Gaze down. Make sure you can see the tips of your toes into chair pose. Keep squeezing the block, and you don't have to bend the knees a lot. If you're feeling confident, you can bend a little deeper. Try to keep the weight in the heels of your feet here. You want to be able to gaze down and see your toes. Squeeze the block. Take one more breath. Nice, and then simply stand up and come out of it. Release the block. Nice, bring it back to mountain for a moment and just notice how you feel. Nice, let's have a seat. So however you want to get down onto the floor, take your time. So if you have a blanket handy, or a bath towel would do, just going to make a little tube with the blanket. So I'm just going to kind of roll this up into a nice long tube. And then I'm going to place this tube underneath my knees. So just giving the knees a little bit of support here. So feet are hip distance apart. Sit up tall, hands are resting softly at your hips. Flex the feet towards your body here. And notice what's going on as soon as you push the heels away and pull the toes towards you, engaging these muscles. Press the back of the knees towards the towel or the mat, the back of the thighs down. Bring the shoulders back and down. Be nice and tall in your spine here. Pull the belly in. This looks simple, but there's a lot going on here. And then simply soften and release. Bring hands behind your hips. And flex both feet again. Press the back of the knees into the towel, the back of the thighs, and then simply lift the right leg up and down. Keep flexing and pressing. Lift the other leg and down. Let's work back and forth a little bit. Press and lift. Press and lift. Again, one more set. Lift and down. Lift and down. Sit back up nice and straight. Inhale, reach out, reach all the way up, and then exhale, fold forward. Soften your back and allow yourself to take a seated forward fold. So knees can be bent as much as you need it here. So maybe you've got a hold of your feet, maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. Maybe you're holding on to your legs or your ankles. Take a few more breaths here. One more. Nice. And release and come back up. Pull the towel to the side. And then from here, we're going to come back seated to the front. Bring the sole of the left foot into the thigh of the right leg. Both knees are bent. Right foot is behind you. Left foot is on your thigh. So you're in a pretzel type pose. From here, bring your hands to the left. Bring the shoulders back and down. Maybe take both hands to the outside of your thigh. And notice there's a little twist in your back here, so see how you feel. You can stay right here. We're just going to take 3 breaths in baby deer. See how it feels here. Maybe come down onto your forearms. Rest your head and take 3 breaths in baby deer. Just learned that name recently, and I just think it's the sweetest thing, so from now on it's baby deer. One more breath. And then slowly let yourself come out. And think about this back knee, this right knee. We're going to pivot off the arch of our foot and just lift the knee and lower the knee. Lift the knee and lower the knee. So just getting a little work in the hip. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's go 2 more. Lift, lower, 1 more. Lift and lower. From here, we're just going to spin everything to the other side. So just bring both knees to the right, sole of the right foot into the thigh. Sit up straight, turn towards the right knee. Maybe this is enough. You can stay right here. It's a little twist. Or both hands to the outside of the thigh. Stay here. Or if you want to go a little bit more, find baby deer on the other side. Take 3 breaths here. Relax your shoulders. Soften your face. Relax your jaw. And then slowly come on out. Think about this left knee now. Pivot off the arch of your foot. Lift the knee and lower the knee. Lift the knee and lower the knee. Keep it going. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's go 1 more. Lift as high as you can and then lower it down. Nice. Stay seated. Just spin your feet around. So set yourself up. You want the knees right in front of the hips here. The ankles right in front of the knees. So none of this. Get yourself all squared up. Line your joints up. And then come down onto your forearms. And let yourself go all the way to your back. Nice. Walk the feet towards your buttocks a little bit here. Make sure that your toes aren't splayed out or that your knees aren't splayed out. Stay nice and in line for bridge pose. To begin bridge, we're going to press the back of our waistband into the mat. Let the hips lift a little bit and then just continue the journey. Lift the hips, peel the spine off of the earth. Press the shoulders down. Exhale, let it come back down. Slowly. And then rise back up. Press the back of the waistband, lift the hips, peel the spine up, 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 up. Exhale, slowly down. Plenty of time, use your breath. And then this time we're going to rise up and we're going to stay there for a few breaths. So bring it up. Press your shoulders down. So this is just an all-around great pose. You're going to feel your quads. You're going to feel these hip flexors kicking in. So this is the iliopsoas muscle. And the iliopsoas is that muscle that tightens up when we do a lot of sitting. So to get a nice stretch in here can be really healthy, especially during this time when we're all doing a lot more sitting. You can squeeze the glutes here and lift a little higher. Strengthening the feet, the ankles, strengthening the back, opening the chest. One more breath. And then slowly, enjoy the journey, one vertebra at a time. Let the back of the waistband hit first, keep that pelvic tilt, then let the hips touch, and then finally the tail releases and relax. Open your arms up to T formation. Separate the feet as wide as your mat. Drop both knees to the left and look to the right. Take a few breaths right here. Try to keep both of your shoulders grounded. Palms can be up or down, whatever's comfortable for you. And then to go just a little bit deeper, try to get a little length in this right thigh by lifting the right hip up a little bit, as if you're gonna press that right knee into the sole of your left foot. Find length in that thigh. And then soften, bring the knees back to center. Let the knees drop to the right, and this time look to the left. Ground both shoulders down. Once again, to go a little deeper, get a little quadricep stretch there. Lift the left hip a little bit. Lengthen through the left thigh. And then release it. Bring the knees back to center. And now just a little quicker, just windshield wiper back and forth. Nice and easy. Nice. From here, hang on behind your knees. So rather than creating too much stress in the flexion here, bring your hands behind your knees and draw your thighs towards your chest. Tail can even lift up off the mat here a little bit. Great low back stretch, and then just massage a little bit back and forth. From here, take the soles of the feet up to the sky. We're still hanging on behind our knees, so we're gonna pull the knees open as wide as they'll go. Push the heels of your feet up, drop the toes towards your face, and then try to pull the knees down. So this is happy baby. Again, a little rocking, a little smile is always nice. It is a happy baby. Relax your shoulders. Help your legs back to center. Maybe take one more cannonball. Maybe even lift the head and shoulders off of the mat. Tuck everything in. And then let yourself relax down. Bring one foot back to the mat, then the other. Extend one leg, then the other. Bring the arms out away from your body a little bit, palms up. And enjoy corpse pose for 3 full breaths here. So big inhales. Fill the belly, the middle chest, the upper chest, all the way to the collarbone. Exhale long and slow, let it go. Inhale, fill, 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 all the way up. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the middle ribs, fill the upper ribs, fill all the way to the collarbone, hold it for a moment. And then exhale and let it go. Nice. Bend the knees. Use your forearms to help you come back to a seated position. Come back to front in whatever position is good for you. Find a long back. On an inhale, reach out, reach up, bring the palms together, and we end with the word Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.